Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Surfside Recovery Podcast. My name is Brian Licata, and we just wanted to let you guys know that if you or anyone is struggling with addiction, to please reach out to Surfside. You can give us a call at 609-709-4205 or visit us at surfside.org and all of our social media platforms.
We're good?
Yep.
All right. Hi, everybody. Take
Hello.
two.
We're having some internet connectivity issues. Hello, I'm Brian Licata, and this is Ian Koch across. What you missed from the internet lag is Mike at Guess at Barbershop's a Man.
Oh, yeah. Mike did my beard once. Twice.
So that was pretty much what we talked about before the internet connection went bad.
Yeah, and then we had internet connection, so we're starting over. So we're saving you all the drama from the initial nonsense.
Right.
But here we are. Brian basically said, "What's new in your world?" And I said, "Let me tell you," but I'm still having internet problems. But okay, so if you go to either the Surfside website, so surfside.org, or to our Facebook page and look for the article we posted recently called "An Athlete in Recovery Adopting a New Mindset."
Yes.
So we've always been like a sports,
moving your body.
Yeah, heavy emphasis in sports program.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, so Andrew Beatley, who works for us, wrote this piece on an athlete in recovery. And he just talked about like similarities of recovery and sports and differences and things regarding like, discipline, work ethic,
Attitude, mindset, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, self-image, just these like really positive things. So we, and we've been kind of talking about this whole gym thing for quite some time. To make a long story short, the gym experience that we had is not what we thought, to make a long story short. And shout out to Wayne, who just retired, one of our residents' fathers. Wayne, we're going to open a gym across from the 9th Street Bridge in Summers Point, and we want you to be one of our coaches. And so we're really excited. So I should be signing the lease on Monday.
Oh, really?
It's going to it's going to be a 2,100 square foot facility under Surfside. It's a subsidiary. The name is going to be Saltwater Athletics, CrossFit, Strength and Conditioning. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to run some CrossFit classes, some strength and conditioning things. And really what kind of the mission is very much in line with, like Surfside Recovery Services, like our mission is basically to end the cycle of chronic relapse. And, for years, there's been some documentation regarding and study and research regarding like physical fitness and recovery, but Saltwater's mindset is going to be more about like recovery in terms of overall mental health. So, I think to some extent we all believe that, we're in recovery, and I would never necessarily compare like certain things to other things. Like, oh, well, I'm in, when a mom is like, oh, well, I smoked a cigarette once and I don't understand why Brian won't stop doing heroin. Like,
Right.
Two different things. But to some extent, we're all in recovery from something, whether it's a shitty boss or a bad marriage or a bad relationship or substance use or depression or bipolar disorder or, these issues that plague us. A lot of people, as we roll out of quarantine, people are going to be picking up the pieces from months of quarantine,
Right.
and what has happened in that.
Yeah.
And, and Surfside and Saltwater, because we're ultimately the same, we have this belief system that like, you can't get like a quick fix or a quick pill just to fix your problem. Right.
Right.
That that no matter what it is in life, no matter what you're trying to do or what you want to do, like you have to work hard. You have to put in the work. Um, there's some ladies in our area who have been getting some amphetamines to lose weight. Um, it's not a lasting plan for success, right? And the reason it's not a lasting, it's like, right, it's like people who win the lottery, they don't stay wealthy, right? Because they don't actually know how to manage money. They don't know how to change their behavior. It's why people who go on crash diets don't keep the weight off, because they don't actually know how to change that behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So Saltwater's mindset is really that not only we're all in recovery to some extent, but that you're not going to get any sort of desired result if you don't put in hard work.
Yeah, it's
Period.
interesting to think about when you were, saying all that stuff. Like I
There's no
wonder,
gimmick.
yeah, I
There's
wonder.
no, you know what I mean? There's no quick pill. There's no like 30-day challenge and you'll have a six pack. Like there is none of that bullshit. Like
I
this
go,
is like, what, day in, one day at a time, day out,
yeah, I'm wondering where the whole, life's easy mentality kind of started at. Like, where was the line when it crossed? Because I mean, I definitely have been part of that mindset to a certain extent, and like a lot of people all over the place are kind of in that mindset too. It's just like funny because life's never been easy. Nothing really has ever been easy anywhere. I mean, it's much better to be alive today than it was 100 years ago, but it's still
yeah.
it's still difficult. If you want to do anything, it's to any measure or any level of success, it's going to take a lot of effort.
Like, look, don't get me wrong. Like I wish mommy and daddy, bought me a rehab to run. Like, don't get me wrong. Um, you know, I talked to a poor mother last night. Her son's 17, smoking marijuana. She wants him to stop smoking marijuana. He's totaled two cars. And she said, he totaled two of his cars. And I said, oh, his cars. I said, he paid for both of them? No, we paid for them. I said, are they registered in his name? Oh, no, they're registered in our name. I said, so where did anybody get the idea that they were his cars?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, and it's like, fine, call it what it is. But, she wants her kid to just stop smoking pot and move on with his day. But nobody wants to put in the hard work. She's like, can't I just send him somewhere? I feel super bad for her. She's like, can't I just send him somewhere for the summer and then he can come back to school next year and he'll be okay? And I was like, not really. That doesn't work like that. Like
Yeah,
there's places we can send him, but there's a lot of places we can send him and a lot of places will take her money. But that doesn't mean he's just going to come back in September and be like, oh, I'm never going to smoke pot again.
yeah. A lot of people don't understand that. I mean, I know my parents and even myself. The first time I went to rehab, that's kind of what I thought it was. I thought you just went, they waved the wand, and then you're good.
Yeah, it's not, and
It's not like that at all.
last night, so she called, a treatment center. They, because the insurance didn't work, the treatment center referred them to Surfside. I talked to her, and I'm like basically telling her like, look, let's I'm giving you a couple assignments to do throughout the weekend with your son. Let's gauge his willingness. Let's see where he's at. She's like, oh, but I've called so many places. And I'm like asking her to like do a couple things. And I'm saying like, look, we're going to follow up in 2 days. Like we are going to talk again in
Right.
2 days. She's like, but can't you just give me a place where I can like call and they'll take him? Like, can't you just like tell me where I should send him? And I kept saying like, look, you've already called a bunch of places. Like, yes, I can give you some more phone numbers to call, but
Right.
it doesn't like that doesn't mean he's going to get sober. And it's just like anything. Like you can go hang out at the gym, but it doesn't mean you're going to lose weight.
Mm.
Nor does it mean you're going to feel good about yourself. Right? Like you can take amphetamines. I'd love to know his name. He's a local doctor. And look, you can go see him and he'll give you amphetamines and you can lose weight. But that doesn't mean you're not going to put the weight back on if you don't change your behavior in the process. And I think that, I think shifting the mindset, that we all have, like, we just have to work hard, like places like Planet Fitness, Snap Fitness, their whole gym membership model is designed that it's cheap enough that you forget you have the membership.
Right.
Think about that. Like, their hope is that you don't even use their facility.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to me. And a lot of the issues with COVID, it's a direct result of, people being lazy, like overweight, obese, heart disease, diabetics. It's like preying on people. So, that's kind of what's new.
Yeah, I've since this whole thing started, I've started to take like a harder look at my diet and stuff like that. I'm starting to eat a little bit better. I started taking like vitamins and like other different kinds of supplements and stuff I can't get, and stuff I eat, but I've been eating a lot of more like fruits, vegetables, a little more well-rounded meals than just like the crap I usually eat. So that's definitely been a benefit for me. With the new job, I walked 45 miles last week at work,
Solid.
which is pretty significant.
Yeah.
Most of the time with some sort of piece of equipment, attached to me or pushing or pulling or something like that. But my
Well, you got like a Fitbit or something?
I got an Apple
Watch?
Watch. Yeah, Apple Watch. Yeah, I did I think it was like 90 over 100, maybe over 100,000 steps or like close to 100,000 steps. So I did like there's some calculator or something. I don't know how accurate it is, but definitely felt like I walked that far. But that's definitely been a benefit for me throughout this whole time, is that like I've actually I'm spending more time outside, moving my body more, and started to eat a little bit healthier, which is good. So what's the time frame on this athletic center?
Well, I ordered equipment. I signed the lease, I think Monday. Probably should have waited, but you can't get equipment anyway. So ordered equipment, we're signing the lease Monday.
Mm-hmm.
They've got some stuff to do. We've got some stuff to do. Logos are in process. We got to put in the rubber floor. We're hoping, I was initially thinking July 1st. The major factor, I think, is going to be equipment. How long is it going to take us to get the equipment? That's the unknown. So,
What about
if any
restrictions and stuff like that?
Well, so here's the way I look at it. Surfside spends so much money on staff. So I'm sure people don't know. We pay 75% of our staff gym memberships for, like a health incentive, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So between that and paying for them to go to this other facility, it doesn't make sense. Like right now is a prime example. So like we're still able to go to this other facility because it's private. We're literally the only people in there. We rent the space at that time. It's our gym. They're shut down to the public. If it was our gym altogether and we shut it down to the public, we would still be able to go in there. We would just be able to go in 7 days a week instead of 3 days a week.
Right. And with the money you're spending, probably purely on the staff for their membership.
Not counting the equipment, it's a wash. Well,
yeah.
It's no, with the guys, it's a wash between the lease, between the guys and the staff. So, right, like, so, some people have said, well, oh, aren't you afraid of like the gyms getting shut down again? Well, yeah, especially if we're selling memberships, but
even if you're not, you're still
like
breaking even.
If we do shut down again, like we still have the ability to take the residents to the gym. And on top of this, and I don't know that I said this, so we're going to be doing sliding scale memberships for people in recovery in the community. So we don't know the exact pricing yet, but, because it's a nonprofit, we're going to be able to do some fundraising. And, if you make under $25,000 a year, you'll be able to pay blank. If you make between 25 and 35 to 45, you'll be on this, you'll be able to apply for a sliding scale basically, which is cool because typically CrossFit's too expensive, and people want to do it but they can't afford it, and so we're going to be able to do that, which is really exciting. There's a video, if any of you want to do whatever, any other video looking or whatever, watching, if you go to YouTube and you search Greg Glassman COVID, the first video probably that will pop up is titled Chronic Disease, Key to COVID-19 Deaths, and it's put out by CrossFit. It's basically this guy who actually has polio. So he's the founder of CrossFit. If you watch him and you think, wow, he's out of shape, he's got polio. So
he has polio? Really?
Yeah. I actually was like, why? I don't understand this guy. He's like the founder of CrossFit. He's totally out of shape. And Alyssa looked it up, and yeah, he's got polio. But he basically talks about these 5 buckets and shows how, not to say that coronavirus is not real or anything else, but that so many people are dying, and there's a bunch of data and things that are showing that people are dying as a direct result, not as much as from the COVID, but as a direct result of these other issues, right? These other issues that CrossFit, and not just CrossFit, but physical fitness, strength and conditioning, that type of stuff will help people with, right? Diabetes, obesity, and heart disease, ultimately. Those are the biggest killers, and that's what coronavirus feeds on. So it's really interesting to kind of see his mindset, and not that I agree with everything that he's saying, but it's definitely it's interesting for sure. So.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited that you got another facility. I may not go. Maybe I will. I don't know.
You will.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. You
will. So what do you think? You think that's that does it for the day, or what?
Yeah, I think
people
need. I think I do. I think that people need to get off the couch, get off the carbs, and start moving around. Let's remember that nothing in the life worthwhile is easy.
Mm-hmm. My grandmother used to say that all the time.
Nothing worthwhile in life is easy. Mm-hmm. If you want something and you really believe in it, you have to work hard. Sitting on the couch waiting for somebody to fix your life isn't going to work.
Yeah. It's never going to happen, actually.
No,
I think if you're waiting for a while. All right. Well, that was it for the podcast for the day. Thank you, Ian. And I guess we will see y'all next week.
Do we have a guest next week?
Not yet. I'm going to try to get Roger on for next week. So we do
cool.
part 2 with Roger.
Part 2 with Roger. Right,
yeah.
Cool.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Adios.
Thank you. Bye.
As always, if you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out to Surfside. You can give us a call at 609-709-4205 or get us on the web at surfside.org.